Yo, it's your boy Oakley, and I actually just got done filming. What if Deku had what what do you call it? I forgot what it called again. Pretty much at the beginning had the Renegon. I just pretty much finished the whole series, season one to season three. The season four doesn't really matter in my eyes. It was just so boring, at least the anime. Because the manga just went so much faster and better. And there's everybody who probably watches this. Most people who are watching these probably just don't watch the actual anime. Just watch the actual anime. So if I actually just gave you some of the manga stuff, that would just ruin the future. That would just ruin season five for you. So yeah. With that being said, let's get into what if Deku was Meliodas. Yes, from Seven Deadly Sins. He would not be literally Meliodas from the actual show, but he would be Meliodas from the reincarnation of Meliodas. So yes, Meliodas would eventually get put, eventually would die. He would eventually die and be reborn, reincarnated as you know, as Azuku Midoriya at birth. That was his birth name, but his ori- that was his birth name, but his original parents, that was not Inko and Hisashi, named him Izuku. Named him Azuku, whatever last name they had. And that's when they changed it to Meliodas. That's when they changed the Meliodas. He doesn't really have a last name, so I'm just gonna say Ma- Meliodas. So yeah, so he's pretty much his name is gonna be Meliodas, and since Deku's pretty much gonna be a lot smarter because or Meliodas will be a lot smarter because this is Deku's brain at this point, but Meliodas survived. So when Deku was where Meliodas is for, I know I'm not saying that right. Malleolus, Malleolus. I remember that video. So when he's bringing to the quirk doctor at four, it says he doesn't even have a quirk, and he has something long. He has something rare because it was something that only people from long, long, long ago would have, and this was magic. So in this version of My Hero Academia, magic used to be the old quirks, and they're actually better. So no one on Earth has magic anymore except for Deku because he's the reincarnation of Malios. So for time, so he was still the strongest and the fastest, and one of the smarter kids because this is still a part of Deku, but he's not like a nerd. He would just remember everything about the heroes, and he would even remember everything about the villains. So he just extra prepared. So yeah, I mean, there's really nothing really. And once he tells Bakugo, which was supposedly supposed to be his friend, he just pretty much tells him that he doesn't have a quirk, and he's like, "Ah, so you're a loser, you're a Deku." And Mariolis, he doesn't really like being called that. So he grabs Bakugo by his hand and flings him around into the room. And and they think that his quirk just manifested as super strength. But no, he still doesn't have a quirk when they check again. So with a time skip of 10 more years, which would make him 14, training for the last for just training because he would be training for 12 months instead of the 11 months. So him being attacked by the sludge villain would happen a month before, and no, All Might was supposed to be saving him a month before. But since All Might was running a little bit late, no, he doesn't save Meliodas, and Meliodas saves himself. He just grabs the sludge villain and just squeezes it until it and just condenses it until it's just a little sludge ball, and puts it into a container and gives it to All Might. Cause in this what if Neku's not really crazy over All Might because he knows that All Might's All Might, and he's probably gonna be and he's stronger than All Might legitimately, but he doesn't really know that he's stronger than All Might. He's like, and All Might before before Malleolus is about to walk away, he pretty much looks like Malleolus and sounds like him, but he's just the same height as Deku. He's well, actually, I'll make him 5'7". I'll give him a little bit more height because man, Deku's really short. He's 5'5", so I'll make him 5'7", which is only really 2 inches. But yeah, Deku's like, he's just walking away and almost like, hey kid, what's your quirk? And he says, I don't got one, and All Might just doesn't believe him, and that's when his time fully runs out. And Maniolis is like, "What the hell?" He's kind of weirded out that All Might, of all people, the number one hero, is just weak. He said, "Oh, okay." So he pretty much gets with the system of All Might being weak or being weakened a lot, and along the way of him walking to his house, All Might is telling him about One for All and All for One, and pretty much the whole injury and everything, and ask him if he wants the quirk. And he's and well, I don't know. I don't know if I would want to give him the quirk. And that's where he hears multiple explosions, and it's the sludge villain again. Because the sludge villain uncondensed itself um into the point where it can explode the plastic bottle and escape. I just made up another excuse for forgetting that the sludge villain got captured. But the sludge, yeah, so pretty much. So yeah, with that being said, sorry for the silence. I did do something real quick. But with that being said, he sees Bakugo and he sees the sludge villain, and he basically just grabs the sludge villain and and just gives it to one of the heroes and walks away. And I'm like, kid, who are you? You shouldn't be using your quirk, and what is your quirk, and what's your name, and all this stuff. And he said, my name's Meliodas. I don't have a quirk, so I can do whatever I want. I'm godly, so just leave me alone. And he and All Might or Small Might, whatever you want to call him, he's pretty much continued with the conversation. And Meliodas says, uh, uh, no, I don't. No, not really. Not really. And since he's a lot more of a wholesome person, he says, I'll make sure I'll find somebody else that can I'll make sure I can find somebody else that can take the quirk, and it's not gonna be Bakugo. I never. Some people do what ifs when Bakugo gets a one for all, and Bakugo is just no. I just don't like Bakugo like that. I mean, Bakugo is fun. It's just that the character is fun. It's just that I just don't. For some reason, I just don't feel like Bakugo should get one for all. So yeah. So yeah, Deku is still trying to find somebody like a candidate for All Might to be able to give one for all to, and when he goes to UA, he feels like I'm definitely gonna find somebody in here that would definitely that could that could take one for all. If there isn't, I just might have to give it to Bakugo. I might just have to get All Might to give it to Bakugo, which he really does not want to do, because him and Bakugo are not really friends. So yeah, when he comes into the school, when Meliodas chirps, mm, instead of Uraraka saving him, it will be Momo in his place. So yeah, but he wouldn't act, but he wouldn't have to get saved by Momo because he just would save himself somehow. I don't really know, but he would save himself, introduce himself to Momo, and just 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 get everything. Just would just do that. He should introduce himself. He said, "Dang, okay, I see how it is. She could she could get one for all. Well, she is going to get one for all. Momo, she's gonna get one for all. So yeah, let's get on to the practical exam of the entrance exam. So yeah, Meliodas is pretty much embodying like every robot, every 3 pointer, every 2 pointer, 1 pointer. He's pretty much just got stacks on stacks on points. He has like a good 75 points. So he has number one place. And and he hears a scream out of pain, and he looks and he sees Momo being stuck under a beam, about to be crushed by what do you call it? A zero pointer robot. So Malleolus Malleolus, what still has that little dragon handle sword. Yeah, he still has that somehow. It was just brought over. He just finds it in his room, like under his bed, so he just kept on using it. So with that, he's using it, and he's been using it to basically body these robots. And when the robot is about to step on Momo, he pretty much speeds over there and just uses the sword or the broken sword to use full counter on. He uses full counter. He uses full counter to t- to make make the robot get stepped on. I guess you can say. So robot was about to step on Urok and him. I mean Momo and him. So and the robot got stepped on, and he saves Momo, and he gets 60 extra points. So yeah, he knows he passed, and days later, he gets the envelope from UA saying that he passed or whatever from the hologram and All Might and the whole thing, right? And right when he goes back to UA and he says, and he's thinking to himself that he has to find no Momo if she is there. Well, actually, Momo wouldn't actually be. Well, let's just say Momo didn't get what do you call it, a recommended, or she didn't take it. So she didn't take the recommended test. So yeah, she didn't take the recommended test. So yeah, with that being said, he'd be able to, when he's outside of class 1A with Momo, he sees Momo, he asks her, and he says, I have something to tell and show you after the class. And since they kind of know each other, she's like, okay. And after the class, when they go outside and they test all the powers, Meliodas gets first place in all of them. And Momo confronts Meliodas at the end of the day. Like, what did you have to show me? And they went to Degama Beach with All Might, basically the whole one for all and all for one thing. And he wants Momo to take, one for all, one for all. And he said, what? Why me? Because you're the only person I know. And at this point, she takes one for all and she'll get it. And yeah. And All Might trains her in it, trains, her with one for all. They have a good training and train her with one for all. And after All Might leaves, Momo is like, so is there anything else you have to tell or show me? And you Deku understands the past and knows and has all the memories. And at this point, Momo is the reincarnation of Elizabeth. So yeah, they're pretty much shipped together at this point. Yeah. Hmm. So he pretty much explains the whole seven deadly sins and Momo, and he just explains at everything that she's the reincarnation, and they're supposed to, and they pretty much fall in love every single time they meet, and he believes that she's the reincarnation of Elizabeth. He's blushing. I mean, she's blushing because he got the moves. He's slick like that, and he just got the moves. So he just gets a girl off rip, first day, and yeah, I kind of have nothing else to do. That's pretty much the first episode of What If Deku Got Meliodas. So yeah, pretty much What If Deku Got Meliodas. I mean, what if Deku was Meliodas? So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. All Might gives one for all to Momo. So Momo's a knife user. Meliodas is Meliodas. So yeah, and Bakugo. Just keep on being Bakugo. And nothing really happens other than that. This next episode. If I can get one like on this video, maybe I'll continue it. But I'm kind of not really feeling it. I don't know. So yeah, if I actually want this, I can watch it. I can do this again. So I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and yeah.